All right, a very good evening to you. It is the 5th day of the 5th month of 2025. We are pleased to have you on board for this broadcast where we are about to inform you on everything that has been happening in the country and also across our borders. But first, before we get into informing you, let's take a look at stories making headlines tonight. President Ruto dismisses the new opposition coalition, accusing his rivals of engaging in divisive politics driven by desperation. A newly surfaced video reveals that the shoe-throwing incident in Migori was an unintentional accident. CS Geoffrey Ruku reaffirms commitment to improving service delivery structures in marginalized regions. And Ruiru residents rally behind NGCDF amid push for legalization of its transfer to county government supervision.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
That's right. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Brian Peru. Remember, this broadcast is also coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, and you can also engage with us on other social media platforms, that is on X at KUTV_Kenya, at Anyango Sylvia KE. We begin. Now, President William Ruto has criticized the newly formed opposition coalition, accusing his political rivals of engaging in divisive politics driven by desperation. Speaking during the second day of his development tour in Migori County, the head of state reaffirmed his administration's commitment to fostering unity and delivering equitable development across all regions. As reported by political affairs correspondent Blue Smile Hassan, allies of the broad-based government praised the president for his focus on inclusive progress, highlighting ongoing initiatives that benefit the entire nation.
President Ruto used the second day of his development tour in Migori to take political jabs at his opponents. Ruto dismissing the new opposition alliance led by Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Matiang'i and Martha Karua, calling them desperate and inciters of divisive politics.
Mimi nataka niulize wale watu wa must go. Mimi nataka niwaambie, kabla mujasema Ruto must go, pangeni sera ya wananchi. Wananchi wanataka kujua, sisi tumepanga kutengeneza barabara, nyinyi mmepanga nini? Sisi tunaunganisha stima kwa Wakenya, mpango yenu ni gani? Sisi tuko na affordable housing na markets tunajenga, mpango yenu ni gani? Ngojeni, wacha kutuletea mambo ya siasa duni ya ukabila. Ati nyinyi mnaungana kwa sababu ya mambo ya chuki na mambo ya ukabila, ati na mambo ya migawanyiko. Watu wa Rongo, mimi nataka niwaulize, saa hizi ni wakati wa siasa ama ni wakati wa maendeleo? Saa hizi ni wakati wa siasa ama maendeleo? Si ni wakati wa maendeleo? Na nyinyi ikifika wakati wa uchaguzi, nyinyi ndio mtaamua. Si mtajua ni nani amefanya nini? Sasa mimi nataka niwaambie hawa jamaa, wacheni kimbelembele, wacheni fitina na chuki, wacheni mambo ya ukabila. Wacha tujenge Kenya. Hawa wananchi wako na akili, wataamua nani yako na mpango ya kujenga Kenya, nani yako na mpango ya ukabila.
The president's remarks were supported by allies of the broad-based government, who said that Ruto's opponents are insignificant. The allies also praised the president for ensuring fair distribution of development in the Nyanza region, which according to them had been neglected by previous national governments.
Mtukufu Rais, juzi niliona huko Nairobi mwanamke mmoja na wanawake watano wamepangana, wanasema wanataka kukutoa. Na moja hao wanawake aliletwa bunge kwa dakika 2, tulinyorosha tukarudisha nyumbani. Sasa mimi nakutuma kwao, waambie wakuje wang'ang'ane na mimi kwa kiti ya women rep ya rais imeenda.
ni dalili ya kwamba wamekukaribisha. Wangapi wanasema ya kwamba tutembee na Rais William Ruto mpaka dakika ya mwisho? Mpaka dakika ya mwisho. Huyu Mheshimiwa Rais Ruto ni rafiki yetu wa kweli. Kuna marafiki wengine wa bandia, lakini huyu Ruto ni rafiki yetu wa kweli.
Tumesema kwamba kama watu wa Migori na kama watu wa Nyanza, we have gotten road deals in other people. We supported one government for 5 years. They never gave us anything. You have given us everything. When we did not support you, now we will support you and stand with you as a people.
Wacha niwaambie kitu kimoja. Wakati Mheshimiwa Rais alichukua sword, ile kisu, siku ile aliapishwa kama rais wa Kenya, alipewa sword, kisu ya kufanya vitu viwili. Ya kwanza ni kulinda nchi. Ya pili ni kugawanya rasilimali ya Kenya, kila sehemu ipate mali yake.
President Ruto also took the opportunity to support the broad-based government, commending both his and Raila Odinga's efforts to unite the country and ensure that all regions of Kenyans benefit equally in development.
Nyanza hoye! Kenya hoye! Munasema tuendelee na maendeleo. Munasema tuendelee na maendeleo. Ukabila tupunguze. Ukabila tukomeshe. Chuki tuwache. Migawanyiko tuwache. Munasema tuungane. Tunaungana kwa sababu Waswahili wanasema umoja ni nguvu. Kutengana ni udhaifu. Sisi kwa pamoja tunataka tushirikiane tupeleke taifa letu la Kenya mbele.
President Ruto on his second day
outside, this is how it will be.
in Rongo,
this is where the
which
ships will
includes
be
a modern
handled.
market.
This administration.
Now, a newly surfaced video has shed light on the much discussed shoe-throwing incident involving the president in Migori. Contrary to earlier reports suggesting that it was an attack, the video reveals it was an unintentional accident. The footage shows a member of the crowd picking up a shoe and humorously pretending to record the president as though it were a smartphone. However, someone standing behind them struck the shoe, propelling it forward. Here is the details.
To many observers, the shoe that flew and hit President Ruto on the hand during his Sunday address to residents of Kehancha in Migori appeared to be a targeted attack. Many opposition figures claimed that the shoe symbolized public anger toward the president. However, these claims lack a factual backing. A new video clip recorded just seconds before the incident has surfaced, shedding light on what truly occurred. According to the video, a man lifted his shoe, mimically recording the president's speech, similar to how people use smartphones. Another person joined in, then holding the same shoe, both pretending to film the speech. And then someone from behind them, perhaps annoyed that his view of the president was blocked, hit the shoe, which accidentally flew towards the president. The incident has sparked reactions from various leaders led by the government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura and Dennis Itumbi, the head of special projects in the office of the president and digital economy, who even offered to buy the man a smartphone to replace the shoe he had turned into a camera. However, this is not the first time such an event has occurred. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta was also targeted with shoes in Migori in 2020, and even internationally, former US President George Bush once had a shoe thrown at him during a public event. Blue Ismail Hassan, KUTV.
Now, an autopsy conducted by the government's chief pathologist, Johansen Oduor, has confirmed that the late Kasipul Member of Parliament, Charles Ongondo, was shot 5 times. The bullets which lodged in his body caused severe damage to vital organs. Among the suspects in custody is a serving police officer, though the officer's connection to the case is yet to be verified by the National Police Service. During the arrest, detective recovered the following: 9 live rounds of ammunition, 8 tear gas canisters without proper documentation, and $4,800 in cash. cash. Additionally, 2 vehicles seized during the operation are now under investigation. The DNA testing is expected to aid the inquiry. The 4 suspects will remain in police custody for the next 1 month, with the case scheduled for mention on June 5th. Now, the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Human Capital Development and Special Programs, Geoffrey Ruku, has reiterated his dedication to improving service delivery structures with particular attention to marginalized areas. Speaking during an event in Embu County, CS Ruku emphasized the significance of citizen participation and transparent governance as cornerstones of the ongoing national initiative. He highlighted the government's efforts to ensure equitable resource distribution and promote inclusive development across all regions.
During a visit to Anyango, Embu County, Cabinet Secretary for Public Service Geoffrey Ruku has reiterated his commitment to enhancing public service delivery nationwide, particularly in marginalized regions.
Tuko na jukumu katika taifa letu ya Kenya kuhakikisha ya kwamba all the public service deliveries are done in the most efficient manner. And that's why also we are here to listen to the people of this constituency, that all the government services are offered in the most efficient way.
Ruku underscored that these engagements are integral to the implementation of Article 232 of the Constitution of Kenya, which outlines the core values of public service, including responsiveness, accountability, equity, and citizen participation.
Kuhakikisha ya kwamba watoto wa Kenya pahali popote wako wanasoma katika mashule yetu yote ya Kenya. Wale wafanyikazi wale ambao they are not putting effort to ensure the services offered by government are efficient, are effective, na hakuna pesa mingi inatumika mahali ambapo hapaswi kutumika pesa. Mimi kama waziri wa public service nitakondoa macho sawa.
Addressing concerns about disaster preparedness and food security, Ruku assured that the government is taking proactive steps to mitigate the effects of drought, flash floods, and food shortages, especially in arid and semi-arid regions.
No Kenyan, whether in Mandera or in Ramu, in Imbere, in Galiza, in Siaya, in every corner of the boundaries of the Republic of Kenya, will lose life because of anger. Na tutatembea kupitia idara tofauti ya serikali. Tukipata ripoti mahali usaidizi unatakikana, tunahakikisha kwamba tumefika pale.
The CS reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to building a responsive and inclusive public service that delivers tangible results for all Kenyans. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
Now, at the same time, residents of Ruiru have expressed strong support for efforts to ensure the National Government Constituencies Development Fund (NGCDF) is signed into law. Speaking during a public participation event hosted by Area Member of Parliament Simon Kingara, the residents lauded the fund's critical role in grassroots development and its positive impact on education for children from disadvantaged backgrounds. The residents cautioned against dismantling of the fund, a proposal backed by some politicians who argue it's a transfer to county government supervision. They argued that such a move will harm rural development initiative and weaken the fund's ability to address community needs effectively, describing the NGCDF as the sole government program with a tangible and direct influence on rural communities. The residents emphasize its importance in driving local progress and ensuring equitable access to education and infrastructure.
Vile nimewasikia wengi wanataka, hata mimi kwa mbunge wa eneo hili ninataka NGCDF endelee, kwa sababu maendeleo mengi yale yamefanyika katika eneo hili yametokana na NGCDF. Kama hii ofisi imejengwa na NGCDF, hii koti imejengwa na hiyo pesa. Ukienda para Githurai kuna shule mpya, Mutuya Primary, Manguo Primary 100% CDF, kuna Technical Institute ya CDF. Ukienda Githurai roundabout hapa huko police station, hata kuna watu wengi. Hiyo police station imejengwa 100% na CDF. Ukienda hapa Katongora hakukuwa na police station, ilikuwa post, imepanuliwa na imekuwa police station, ni 100% CDF. Ukienda huko huko chini kuna ofisi zimejengwa hapo na zote zimejengwa na pesa ya NGCDF.
Nashukuru sana kwa hii msaada tunapewa CDF, imetufanya tumeendelea, watoto wetu wamesoma. Nashukuru sana, mimi kwa upande wangu nashukuru zaidi, sababu hata mapato yetu kazini ni kidogo na uchumi uko juu. Kama sio CDF watoto wetu hawangesoma. Nashukuru sana.
NGCDF ni jambo ambalo lilikuja kusaidia mwananchi mwenye anaishi maisha ya chini kama mimi na wewe mwenzangu.
Now on that note, you're taking the very first break on the broadcast tonight. Stay with us.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more, only on Law Matters.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
That's right. Welcome back to the broadcast. Now moving on, former Cabinet Secretary for Gender and Culture Aisha Jumwa has urged both county and national governments to increase funding for the preservation and promotion of culture across Kenya. Speaking at the second annual Kutv Cultural Festival held in Malindi, Kilifi County, Jumwa highlighted the region's rich cultural heritage, which remains underfunded despite its potential as a powerful economic driver. She emphasized that investing in culture not only preserves identity, but also creates jobs and attracts tourism. Kilifi County Assembly Speaker Teddy Mwambire and festival chairperson Azani Ngumbao also called for greater support to nurture cultural initiatives and safeguard traditions for future generations.
Kwa hivyo mimi nataka serikali ya kaunti pia ijizatiti kuona ya kwamba katika bajeti zao wanaweka kitita katika mpangilio mzima wa masuala ya culture na tamaduni zetu kama watu wa Kilifi, so that we can showcase Kilifi, we can market Kilifi and brand Kilifi. Through culture, Kilifi tunaweza kufanya kuwa na utajiri mkubwa sana, kwa sababu kuna historical sites saizi ambazo ziko katika World Heritage Sites.
Serikali gatuzi ziko na vitengo maalum ambao pia vinawekewa fedha ya kuweza kuendeleza masuala ya tamaduni na turathi za kitaifa ambazo zinastahili kuangaliziwa kwa ukaribu zaidi. Lakini utapata kwamba kila ukijaribu kuangalia hapa na pale inakuwa iko kwa makaratasi, lakini kwa vitendo hakuna chochote ambacho kinapatikana. Ine kama walimu sahi wakiambiwa wafundishe, wale ambao wanaambiwa kwa katika hizo shule zile zinaitwa junior secondary school ama hata hii CBC, utapata kwamba kuna masomo mengi ambao wanaambiwa wafundishe, lakini wanashindwa wataanza wapi.
Kuzikuza tamaduni zetu kama jamii. Iwa wewe ni mkazi wa Kilifi, ni Mpokomo, ni Mgiriama, ni Mkikuyu, ni Mkisii, ili mradi unaishi Kilifi, basi tunakuleta pamoja katika mjumuiko wa kusherehekea tamaduni zetu kikwetu.
Watu wajue mila zao na tamaduni zao ambazo zimeanza kupotea. Ukiangalia hivi tamaduni nyingi zimeanza kupotezwa na miji mikuu, baada kwamba watu wanatoka katika vile vijiji vyao na kuja katika miji mikuu. Watu wanapoteza tamaduni zile za kabila zao na asili za kabila zao. Kwa mfano ukiangalia mimi ni Mbajuni na hivi sasa siongei tena Kibajuni, ni kama kwamba sikijui tena.
Now, a somber atmosphere enveloped Cabo Sare, Transmara South, Narok County during the funeral of Joseph Kipketer Rono, one of the victims killed by police officers in last Monday's clash between Angata Barakoi villages and law enforcement. The conflict arose as surveyors were dispatched to assess how the area could be separated. Rono, a father of 6, was a dedicated teacher who was set to graduate from Mount Kenya University with a Bachelor of Education in August. During the burial, Emurua Dikir, Member of Parliament Johanna Ngeno, called on the government to expedite investigations to ensure justice for the victims of the Angata tragedy. Ngeno expressed concern that some of the police officers involved were not originally stationed in the area, suggesting that their deployment was deliberate. He further demanded that the authorities identify the 5 vehicles used during the operation, asserting that those responsible for the death must be held accountable.
Huyu alikuwa na half jacket. Alikuwa nani? Alikuwa askari ya nani? Muliwahi ona yeye hapa? Hawa ni mamluki ambayo walikuwa haya kuja kuua watu hapa. Hata magari yenye ilikuwa hapa, kuna magari yenye hatujawahi ona Kenya hii. And it's unfortunate hizo magari zilichomwa. We would have wished tujue hizi number plates ya hizo gari ni registered under who.
Niko na watoto 6. Na nimewachwa na mzee yangu. Aliwawa alikuwa nyumbani. Watoto wanataka aende shule, sijui nani atanisomesea watoto. Sasa ninataka mnisaidie. Msaidie watoto wa kwangu na ya bibi ya kwanza. Mtanisaidia tu mnipe kazi.
Watoto sasa hawaendi shule. Sababu wale watu walivu, watu 3 walikuja kupika watu risasi, alisababisha shule kufungwa. Na sisi tunataka hiyo watu wakamatwe na astakiwe. Kwa hivyo hii ni kilio machungu ambayo hatutafurahia.
Now, in a bid to nurture youth talents, the government, in collaboration with the International Youth Fellowship, IYF, has continued to engage students in programs aimed at empowering them in mindset transformation and leadership development. Speaking during a youth empowerment event, Dr. Emily Maina, Director of Youth Social Development at the State Department for Youth Affairs, emphasized the importance of equipping young people with relevant skills. She noted that enhancing these skills is critical for fostering future development and enabling youth to thrive in an increasingly fast-paced world.
In a bid to nurture youth talent, the government, through the International Youth Fellowship, has continued to gather students in a move to empower them in mindset transformation and leadership development. According to Director of Youth Social Development at the State Department for Youth Affairs, Dr. Emily Maina, there is every need to improve youth skills for the future developments and also to allow them survive in the fast-moving world.
We are very happy with this organization because it is giving you the empowerment to the young ones. And these young people, the minute they get the training and the skills, they are able to get jobs. And this is what we are saying is very important for our government because we are working together.
Dr. Emily, who was representing the Principal Secretary State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy, Fikireni Jacobs, praised the government for appointing the youngest PS to head the youth department, describing it as a success story that will inspire youth to pursue their dreams and visions. On the same note, Dr. Maina emphasized the ministry's ongoing support for youth-focused initiatives such as those championed by IYF, praising the IYF's role in changing the mindset of young people. The event's main mission was to nurture a generation of resilient and purpose-driven youths, featuring showcasing of different specialties acquired through the coursework.
This is a testament of the mindset that our young people have. On behalf of the Principal Secretary, I am here to be with you.
The move has now been termed as a game changer for the youths who will acquire leadership skills that will help them to be part of decision making and also to cultivate their inner strength through such programs. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
We are taking yet another short break. We'll be back with sports.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mkwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
they find it quite strange talking to you.
We should just make schools integrated,
inclusive setups,
by providing the right facilities.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Welcome back. In sports tonight, the Junior Golf Foundation JGF tournaments are seeing a surge in participation with an average of 140 players per event nationwide. JGF President Vincent Mukiri announced a new strategy for 2025, introducing regional golf schools to develop a broader base of talent across 6 regions. The plan aims to create a more diverse national team moving beyond Nairobi. Mukiri also highlighted the growing international interest in Kenyan junior golf, with a refined pathway guiding players from junior to collegiate and professional levels. Recent tournaments saw standout performances from Peter Gathogo, Aria Dothia, and Randy Turi. Now that marks the end of our broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for choosing KUTV News at 9 and for staying with us this far. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Brian Peru and Anyango. Sylvia, have a good night.